begin. Welcome to class. It's your TTA Pro, Mr. O, back with another episode. Today, we're going to review the Khan Academy passage, The Other Tolstoy. This is considered an easy level passage. As we explain these answers, I want you to pay attention to the shortcuts, the tips, and the use of elimination. Let's begin with question number 1. At the time, women generally, just so you know, always read the title. Don't do like me. Read the title and read from the beginning of the passage. I skip around so we can save time. At the time, women generally did not have careers, comma, who were expected, comma, instead, comma, to focus fully on marrying and raising families. Okay. A few problems we have here, all right? So women generally did not have careers, comma, who were expected. It's a bit strange to say who were expected because this is a relative clause. And as a relative clause, you need to function as an adjective or to define. Here, who is not defining anything. It's not defining people, it's not defining actions. So even if answer A, I don't know if it's correct or incorrect, what do? We check the other answer choices, correct? It's really important to do that. So for example, if I look at answer B, it tells me, comma, as you can see right there, 4, they were expected, comma, comma, instead to focus fully on marrying. Answer B looks good. Why? A few reasons. Reason number 1, we have an independent idea, comma, fanboys 4, and then subject verb, independent idea. A couple of other things as well. The transition instead is placed between 2 commas. This is also acceptable. We'll talk about this later. So I like answer B. Answer C, very incorrect. Never begin an idea with a verb. Very rare to come correct, never comes correct. So answer C, I'm going to say wrong. Answer D, although it's similar, let me erase this. It is similar to answer B, very similar answers, but the biggest problem I have is the contrast. Yet, they were instead expected. Yet and instead have the same meaning. All right, so we have redundancy issue. We have quite a few problems in answer D. So now we're left with answer A or answer B. We're going to say answer B. Why? Independent idea, comma, fanboys, independent idea, check. And cause and effect, right? 4. One idea is cause, the other idea is the reason, or effect and cause. So here we're going to say answer B. Let's go to question number 2. This one is a bit controversial. The man she married, Leo Tolstoy, was one of the world's greatest writers. I want you guys to pay attention here to the question, right? You see here, there's no commas. And then you see in answer D, we have a double comma. Remember, if you have no commas versus a double comma, that means they're asking for essential versus non-essential clauses. Your focus right now will be A or D. I just want you to know B and C are wrong. Why? 1 comma verb, 1 comma adjective noun. So B and C are fragments. Focus on A and D. And we have to think, well, is this information essential or non-essential, right? The man she married. How many men can a Western woman marry, right? How many men can a Western woman marry? Only one, okay? So I want you to know his name, Leo Tolstoy, is non-essential because it's already specific, the man she married. So one person, it's already specific. We already know who we're talking about. That's the first part. And then also I want you to recognize that the passage is about Tolstoy. So we already have an idea that's about Tolstoy. So here we would say the answer is D. His name, Leo, is not necessary. The focus of the passage is Sophia, not Leo. The second thing, she marries one man. It's already specific. And remember last class, and we're going to apply today, specific information is usually non-essential. Now, someone wants to wonder, or what about C? C looks good, right? If you look at answer C, they give us a comma, the man she married, right? Comma. Leo Tolstoy was one of the world's greatest writers. Think about it here. The man she married. She, subject, married. Who did she marry? Leo, direct object. The problem we have in answer C, verb, comma, object. I said adjective, comma, noun. Sorry, verb, comma, object. So here, answer C is a fragment. Let's go to question number 3. Not a hard one right here with question number 3. Both members of the couple were literally in its interests. We're talking about both members of the couple, correct? So here, what would we say? Answer D, their interests. Number 4. Question about fragments, okay? A lot of questions about fragments. If you want more information about fragments, Monday and Thursday from 12 until 1. This is the makeup class for fragments and introductory clauses. Here, we'll have practice, review, all of that. Basically, a fragment is one comma between a subject and a verb, one comma between a verb and an object, one comma between an adjective and a noun. These are common fragments. There are more, but this is one of them. Question number 4. At this point, the writer wants to support for a point made in the previous sentence. Let's read the previous sentence. Sophia had been a gifted student and even at a very young age was a voracious and sensitive reader. Our answer here is answer A. Why? You need to connect your answer with either ideas, words, or pronouns. So here, when I finished David Copperfield, I cried as though I were being separated from a close friend. Do you see this information? This supports the idea that she is a voracious and sensitive reader. It shows us she's sensitive. The other answers do not support being sensitive to show emotion towards the character. Number 5. She made suggestions for and edits to his work, many of which were inculcated into the final product. I think inculcated right? It's something like memorization, ingrained, right? So I don't think it's inculcated. The idea we want here, the edits, the whatever, the edits and the changes were added to the final product. So I need to think, which one adds, right? Incorporated. Incorporated means to bring one piece together with another piece. Yes, thank you. Answer A, inculcated is like an injection, right? With like to be inculcated, right? I don't think anybody wants to be inculcated unless you have some serious problems. Okay, Mahmoud, I'll get to that question. Number 6, to make the paragraph most logical, sentence 5 should be placed. Well, here's sentence 5. She juggled these many roles with grace and skill. We're still going to take these ideas. However, these many roles is called a demonstrative adjective, meaning it's equal to a pronoun. You know what a pronoun is? He, she, it. So these many roles refers to the many roles in the previous sentence. Number 6, we're going to say answer A. Manager, publicist, agent are these many roles. Here, it's ideas. Number 7. Which choice effectively establishes the main topic of this paragraph? So it's really important to read through her paragraph. If Sophia were alive today, she might have found her calling at publishing house or a literary agency. She wrote her own Russian language grammar textbook and translated text from German to English. She also wrote fiction, including a revision of Leo novella, the Kreutzer Sonata, and that story in Man Recounts. So here, she wrote. Look at the key words. She wrote. So the paragraph is all about her literary talents, her writing, correct? So here we're going to say answer C. She also had literary talents. Look at the key words. They connect. Of her own, and when she could find the time, she turned her hand to her own writing, right? And every sentence is discussing writing. Number 8. She also wrote fiction, period, including. Remember, we took this. An ing word usually is a modifier. That means independent idea, comma, ing. Memorize this. It's a common formula. Remember it. And also ing, comma, independent idea. Here, the answer is B. Usually, ing phrases receive a comma. Number 9. Now, number 9, I want you to see it's a transition. It's a transition coming where? I'll get to that question, Yumna. It's coming at the beginning of a paragraph. When you have a transition in the beginning of a paragraph, you need to see the relationship between both paragraphs. So here, we know she wrote, she was impressive, she had talents, correct? Sophia never sought publication of her own work. She wrote all of these beautiful things and all of these projects, but never publicized or published them. You heard me say but she never published them. However, this shows a change in direction, however, shows a limitation. So she was so good, limit, right? She never published. Number 10, hard one, tricky one. Writing was not a pursuit that she took seriously. She regarded the whole enterprise with a certain contempt and irony. How many independent ideas do we have in number 10? We have 2, correct? 2 independent ideas. Well, that means we cannot say comma. Answer A is incorrect. You cannot say a comma. Answer B is incorrect. I'm left with 2 answer choices. Either answer B, semicolon, transition, comma, or answer D, comma, transition, colon. So where does the transition come from? If you tell me D, that means rather is applied to the previous paragraph. That's wrong. Rather shows us the option in the next idea. The answer is B. We can use a colon, but rather here is wrong. So it needs to come after the colon to introduce the other option. And finally, question number 11, which choice effectively combines the sentences at the underlined portion? For my SAT students, short answers, please. Boom, 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 shortcut. Answer D. Combining sentences is with the shortest answer. The rule is you want a dependent idea and an independent idea. So generally, so you understand, with combining sentences, comma and is usually a very, very weak answer. But here, limited by her domestic duties, whatever, this shows me a dependent idea, comma, independent idea. All right. You can learn anything. Mr. Sima, out. Bye.